And the marathon weekend is upon us. Coke 600 will get you ready for the longest race of the year. Hey, did you guys hear this news? Daily fuel time. Justin Marks and Trackhouse Racing announced their new Project 91 to bring international stars to NASCAR in a third entry for Trackhouse Racing. Today, they announced their first driver, Kimi Raikkonen, who will pilot the 91 car at Watkins Glen in August. He has 2 NASCAR starts under his belt back in 2011 when he drove for Kyle Busch Motorsports in one truck race. He finished 27th in one Xfinity race where he finished 15th. Both of those were at Charlotte. This is a pretty big deal. I love what Justin Marks is doing. Like, he is super aggressive. He has come into the sport. He's building not just a race team, but he's building a brand, and he's making his presence known.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait to see this. I mean, this is going to be something to see Kimi Raikkonen and what he can do. A Formula One driver, an elite Formula One driver, come and drive one of these cup cars at a road course and leave it to Justin Marks and those guys over there at Trackhouse to come up with a program like this. And I think it's going to be amazing.
Well, I love what Justin Marks does. He doesn't just say, oh, we're going to run a third car. He calls it Project 91. You know, he's so good at branding, and he's such an ambassador for our sport. A few years back when he built GoPro Motorplex, now all the drivers go there and train. Now he's building this team, Trackhouse Racing, that's not just your typical team. You know, you see Trackhouse on different athletes' gear, golfers, UFC fighters. Like, he's building a brand alongside Pitbull. And to bring Kimi Raikkonen back now, I think it's great timing. This car with the underbody, it drives way more like something that Kimi's going to be used to. And when he goes to Watkins Glen, I think this is probably a more fair shot than what he had at Charlotte in a truck or an Xfinity car.
We had a long conversation earlier today when we were talking about this move in Justin Marks and how he is branding. This is the future of racing, right? We talk about having to become, like, move into the next sphere, I guess you could say. But he's doing that with this branding of Trackhouse. And obviously he learned from some of the best in terms of his father working for Elon Musk for so long.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I mean, he's bringing a whole fresh look at everything. He's not like the typical owners in NASCAR who've been very successful. Yep. He's bringing this whole different idea and look. And, you know, we spent some time with him at RCR when, getting his team off the ground. So we did a lot of the cars, and it was just really neat to see all the things they were doing. They brought in Pitbull. Now they bring in Kimi Raikkonen, a Formula One driver. What's next? I can't wait to see what they're going to do next.
Well, I'll tell you what, he went to Miami and he went to that F1 race a few weeks back, and I ran into him in the Darlington pit the next day, and he said, man, that was going to be an expensive trip for Trackhouse. I saw so many things that we want to implement into our team, and I think that's what's unique about him. He drove sports cars, and he came from that world. I remember we used to make fun of him at driver intros because he had his pant leg tucked in, and we're like, guys, this is NASCAR, man. So, you know, he just brings that international like he's doing with this Project 91. He brings that to NASCAR, and it's a fresh take, and I like it a lot.
He's got so much energy, just want to take a little bit of it and use it when I need it. The longest race, maybe